say wanna party all day. You say wanna. Alright. Hey, 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 hey. We got another video today. It's about attachment and how you can basically get attached to anyone or anything. It doesn't matter what it is. You can get attached to somebody that you find physically unappealing, something that you don't even care about or didn't care about previously, but you can get attached to anything. This might be a short video, I don't know, but hopefully it's not too long because I don't like editing. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and get straight into it. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is basically some type of hostage situation where a woman, she got taken hostage by some male, you know, and of course she didn't like it, right, at first, but she spent so much time with him, and then, you know, people who hold other people hostage, right, they don't really have too many friends, or that maybe they do, maybe they don't, I don't know. Shoot, I ain't never been a hostage, I ain't never known one, but you know, they'll keep somebody hostage, and then they'll just start talking about their life, and they're having a pity party basically, and the hostage ain't got no choice but to listen. So over time, the hostage develops some type of emotional attachment towards the person that kidnapped them basically. They'll have some type of empathy towards them and everything, and it's real weird. The police, they find the hostage, right? They're like, hey, come with us, we're gonna save you. You would think that the hostage would be like, thank God, like, y'all are finally here. Nah. In this case, the whole Stockholm Syndrome situation, they basically don't want to leave the person who kidnapped them because they care about them. They've developed feelings for them in some type of way. They start to actually fight against the police that are trying to save them. They are siding with the kidnapper. But obviously it's not an isolated incident, which is why the whole phrase Stockholm Syndrome is a thing, because it happens commonly. Now, I'm not saying that all attachment situations are Stockholm Syndrome, but it just shows how you can really get attached to anyone or anything if you're there long enough. And how do you get attached? So basically you have to invest enough time, energy, money, information. Just you have to invest a certain amount of things of you that are valuable. Like if you tell somebody a secret, you develop some type of attachment to them in a way because you don't want them to leave, because if they leave you, then they might tell other people the secret, right? Okay, so money, right? If you paying a lot of money for someone or something, okay, let's say you buy a pack of gum. Let's say it's like maybe $1, right? You pay $1 for a pack of gum. If you lose it, you're not gonna lose your shit. But let's say if you got a MacBook, right, and then somebody takes that shit from you, I don't care if you had it for less than an hour. You paid for a MacBook, which is a lot of fucking money, bro. It takes a lot of time to earn that type of money for a lot of people. That's a big investment for the average person. And if you lose that, you're gonna lose your mind, bro. I know I would. I don't like losing nothing, bro. I keep all of my stuff, so I'm gonna feel some type of way. Also with the person, it's like if you go out on a date, it depends on what type of female they are, but they'll be like, oh, you gotta spend a certain amount of money on me on the first date. So they want you to go take them out to an expensive restaurant or the zoo or something. Make some type of big money investment, because you would not want to lose that person as easily, rather than if you go to a coffee shop and spend money on them there, because it's like, hey, this is just a few dollars, like $10 max, maybe $10 max if you go to a coffee place or whatever. The more money that you spend on a person, the more you won't want to lose them. And then the more money that you spend, the more attached you become to them. Now, let's move it over to time, right? This is the most important one. And this one is also the one that gets confused with being in love. So, if you spend a lot of time with someone, you'll start to grow an attachment to them. Let's say that you don't even really vibe with them, right? You might not really vibe with the person. Like, let's say you're a babysitter and you can't stand kids. I don't know why you would be a babysitter, but hey, this you, not me. I ain't choose that occupation. Anyways, so let's say that you became a babysitter and you don't even like kids. Now you babysitting this badass kid, somebody who ain't got no home training, right? You babysitting them for a long time. Let's say you babysit them, let's say three days out the week, right? Every week for a good year. A good year. I know that sounds crazy, but just rock with me. Just roll with it. Now, you might not like them at first, but over time, you'll start to develop some type of attachment. And if you leave them, even if you didn't like them from the jump, you're going to feel a little bit different when it's over. And then with the person, right? This is the most, like, somebody that you are infatuated with or whatever. If you spend a lot of time with somebody, you're going to become attached to them no matter what. You know, even if you don't really like them as much, like they might not be your type, or they might, whatever. If they're not that attractive to you physically or whatever, it's going to be hard for you to let go of that person, no matter who they are or how attracted to them you are. You're gonna feel like you love them. You're gonna feel like you're in love with them, at least. Before you jump into a long-term relationship, that first feeling, like the first few stages, the way that you feel about them is usually the true feeling, because that's before all the investments come in. But once you invest time with them, you start to feel like, oh, I can't leave this person. I gotta keep them around no matter what. And then you'll start feeling like you love them, especially if they're the only one that you have. So you don't want to lose them no matter what. Now, this is different than being in love, because being in love, so this is an example of being attached, right? So you're attached to one person, right? Because they're supplying all your needs, right? They're supplying all your needs. They're supplying everything that you need right now. And then somebody tiptoes their way into the situation, right? Now, they have about what the person before had, but they're just better. They're like an upgrade in a way. Okay, so let's say you got an iPhone 10, right? And then iPhone 12 tiptoes its way into your situation. Now, it's like the same. They're both iPhones. They both have similar features, but iPhone 12 is just a little bit better, right? You're going to take that iPhone 12 and it's going to replace that attachment that you had with the iPhone 10. So you're not really in love with your iPhone 10, you're just attached to it. So that's the same with people. You're not really in love with them if somebody else can replace them. You just attached to them because they're supplying all your needs in the moment. Being in love means that it don't matter who it is. Somebody could come in that situation, and even if it's better and you feel like in your mind it's better. Let's use the iPhone situation. Like, you have an iPhone 10, right? iPhone 12 tiptoes its way right next to it, right? And they're like, hey, you get to choose. And you still choose that iPhone 10 even though you know it has not as great features as that other thing. I would say that this is being in love, because you value it for what it is, and you're not looking for nothing better. You're not going to take anything that may be better or anything. You sticking with this, right? You sticking with this till the wheels fall off, right? That's what I would count as being in love rather than being attached. Now, that's really hard to find, because, you know, people don't really like you for you. They like you for what you can bring. And if somebody can bring more to the table than you out of here. Relationships, business decisions, basically everywhere. It's really rare to find anyone that's going to keep you just because of you, which is, you can call it, what they call it? Damn. Unconditional love. It's really rare to find unconditional love. You'll only find it really from, like, family members, rather they're biological family members or kind of like an adopted family member. But other than that, it's rare you're going to find that after you become somebody, or after you grow up and you have to produce some type of value. Because when you're a baby, everybody knows you're just a liability. You're just living and breathing air for free and shit. But it gets to a point where you gotta bring something to the table, right? And everybody knows that. So you can't really find unconditional love at that point. Yeah, that's really all I have for this video today, man. I hope I could help somebody. Hope y'all enjoy the video. And I got more videos coming up, so we're gonna keep on cranking these things out. And yeah, if y'all don't mind, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, bro, stay positive. Not for COVID or for no diseases, just positive vibes, you feel me? Positive energy. So yeah, peace.